Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix General 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good, so what do we have? Okay, there were already some comments added here by the Mauler, and I already answered some of his comments. So he said this could be added to the original loop before destroy object is called, no need to loop through all objects twice. I thought about that too, but I'm skeptical about this because of the dependencies, like object linking to another object. So I think the cleanest is to go through all the objects once, set them as dead, and then go through the object and start destroying them. Yeah. Did mean on destroy. There's another interface for behavior modes. Through this is in destroy object, but I can't find how they link up in behavior modes. The behaviors I'm thinking of probably get triggered through on delete, having looked at propaganda tools. Yeah, it's definitely on delete. On destroy, it's probably also somewhere, but it's on delete that will delete things. Yeah. So basically, there are probably ways to make the cleanup even less work, right? But that would be a more involved change, because then you need to be considerate about not skipping anything that would free up resources, right? If you just purge the objects, but they have some resources that then don't get freed, so then there could be problems, right? So yeah, it's probably possible, but yeah, that will require more considerations. So I think for now this change looks perfectly sufficient to me, but yeah, there could be future iterations where we do more, right? Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Implement headless mode. Implement headless mode. Okay, just merge that. It's very ambitious. Some parts in this file could not be applied automatically and were duplicated manually. Was moved between games. Enhancement major. Enhancements. Major. Gen. We should probably also label it as debug, right? It's not something that, yeah, and it should not be an enhancement. Debug gen major, yeah. Debug. How do we review this? Probably just compare it with the other one, right? We just eyeball it side by side. Yeah, I think that's the easiest. Okay. I think both fixes can be valid, but neither fixes the core issue, which is that game reset executes runtime behaviors during cleanup. It's probably worth keeping this, but also adding an assert to catch that a team is not present. There already are asserts. There are asserts for null default team. Yeah. What? Wi-Fi? Supply trucks boxed in at a supply dock will collect money using Wi-Fi. What? Wi-Fi? Well, what is he talking about? Okay, he means it does move. He tried to be funny in his title. That's typical beginner mistake of describing a bug. Yeah. Yeah, don't try to be funny when describing bugs. That's stupid. Supply China supply truck. China supply truck boxed in at a supply dock will collect money without returning to a supply depot, right? Supply depot. China supply boxed in at the supply dock will collect money without returning to a supply depot. This is, some units can fire over buildings, mountains by force firing. By force. Okay. You have units. I wonder, I think there's another report of this. Hold on. Friendly fire. I think it's Tau missile. Ah, no, that's different. Yeah, I don't know about this. Buildings, mountains. When using stealth fighters with the bunker buster upgrade on infantry units, the infantry just glide over the ground. Yeah, but all of these things cannot be fixed or change game state. Yeah. Can we add this command line in command line CPS? Mines on structure will be permanently removed if you build and sell a building on them. Oh. Huh. Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's certainly a bug, yeah. I didn't know that. Okay, wow, and that's interesting. Bug. China. Minor. We should probably add labels to a lot of things, yeah. Let me search for a label. Triage. Oof, it's quite a number. Yeah, let's review them all. Box in a supplier will collect money without returning to supply depot. Okay, this is a bug. Minor. China. Unit AI. Yeah. Some units can fire over buildings, mountains by phosphoring. Let's remove this dot here in the sentence. Bug. Minor. Bunker buster infantry units won't make them fly like vehicles do. Bunker buster. It's physics. Do we have physics? No. Bug minor. Using USA bunker buster on infantry units won't make them fly like vehicles do. Okay. Fall damage is not always applied. Bug minor. USA, it's not called RPG, it's called Missile Defender. Missile Defender, laser target bug. You say missile defender can rapid fire without laser lock. Can rapid fire without laser locking. We can set this to major. USA. Okay, I don't know about this here. Academic codes and scores screen are misaligned. Bug. GUI. Minor. Triage. Doesn't save command source. May not have a noticeable effect. Okay. Set it to minor. Minor. Parm storage. Create emitters, create new particle system before X for load of particle system manager, cause save crash. What? I think the title needs some work here. Speaker tower effect icon not visible to repairing dozer when constructed. Speaker tower effect icon to repairing dozer. Speaker China speaker tower effect icon is not visible to a repairing dozer when constructed. GUI minor China. Right. No idea. No break at 2 locations. Okay. Already assets for null default. Yeah. Set these to done. Done. Good, then let me take a look at the gen implement headless mode. So here he just added this guy, yeah. Looks good. Then he added that. Yeah. Yeah. Then he added this big ass comment here. Okay. feature, okay. Good. Game window manager dummy looks good. And this also looks fine. The mouse dummy, yep. Parse headless. Headless, parse headless, yeah. Maybe you can put them side by side like so. That would be easier. There we go. Or maybe not. That's okay. Yeah, it works. Yeah. Oh, this one looks different. Oh. Hide white space. There we go. Okay. Challenge generals. Something is missing here. Let's search for this line here. It only exists in 0 hour. Okay, fair enough. What's this debris? Custom edging. Okay. Custom edging. Okay. Okay, where are we? Bit buffer. Yeah, looks all right. Looks good. Okay. Okay. Then what's the next? These are drafts. Right now there's this debug button that appears in debug builds in the replay. Nice replay. Figured I extend this with the second button. Allows you to simulate a replay in headless mode much faster. It looks something like this. Can make it a follow-up. Looks interesting. Perhaps make it a follow-up change so it is easier to review. Okay. Good. So what's the next we would like to work on? Right, I wanted to look at this one crash. Let me go to main branch. Actually, I wanted to look at the here, this one. So basically there was talk about here JAA job. He said localhost is not just this IP, but actually more than just that. Able to bind this for one instance and this for the second. Networking wise, I would expect that to just work. Game wise, I have no idea. Okay, how would we test that? So this change fakes the IP. Local IP. So can we maybe so we need to specify different IPs. Let me search for local IP. The IP of the local computer. Local IP. Okay, let me disable generals so we get a cleaner. Let's also disable debug. Okay. Okay, so this local IP. seem to be so relevant. Transport init. IP init. Bind IP. Let me put a breakpoint here. Let me launch this. Oh, we need to build first. Okay. Okay, let me close the debug session. Okay. Configure, install. Okay, let's make this Pragma optimize off. Okay, let's see what kind of IP we are getting there. Multiplayer network. IP 0. IP 0. Huh. Local IP 0 lobby port. Okay. What does that mean if it's 0? And here we have IP. IP 0. Now what does that mean if it's 0? Bind IP 0. IP 0. That failed now because, yeah, could not bind. Okay, so let's go here. So what happens if we say there should be like this get instance? What is this? RTS client, single client. What is it? Single client. No. Single instance. client instance, client instance. Client instance. Client instance. Get its, oh sorry, get instance ID. Okay. IP. Resolve IP. Local IP. Hold on, here we have also a local IP. Where is it coming from? Okay. Let me move this here to the side. Okay. 86. That's the architecture, isn't it? Allow broadcasts. Okay, for starters, I would say, for starters, we just hard code it here. Let's see. What is this resolve IP? Network util. Okay. Okay. So ASCII string IP. IP. Let's say IP.format. Let's say IPSTR. IPSTR format. Is it not code format? What is it called? Format. It is lowercase. Okay, never mind. Formats. So we're looking at 127.0.0.%d. Well, can't we just hold on? We can just there should be a we should be able to assemble this, right? IP equals get client ID. here, basically like this. Let's ask ChatGPT to write us one really quick. Can you write me a C++ function that can assemble a IP address in as a 32-bit integer, 32-bit unsigned integer? Can assemble IP address from 4 values as 32-bit integer. Yeah. Assemble, yeah. That looks good. Okay, let's take that guy and put it here. Assemble IP. A, B, C, D, okay. That looks good. Static cast. Okay, we do IP, assemble IP 127 0 0, and that's, yeah. Wait, so how much is that? Let's see. Here. Star. Okay. So does this mean we can do what does this return? Unsigned int. Unsigned int inst ID. Okay, make it const inst ID. Hold on, is this correct here? Ah, it is. How about we write it like this so it's a bit easier on the eyes. Client instance, what hell is this? Game client instance. Include game client instance. There we go. So inst ID. X44, I think. So it's ID 8. It's ID 16. And then we simply cast it, static cast uint 8 t. And this we also just simply static cast, boom, done. We simply do it like this, and that's, there we go. Okay, let's put a breakpoint in here. Okay. Loads, no. Multiplayer, network. Okay, so the instance ID is 1, and we assemble the IP with 127.0.0.1, and that will create a number 7F001. Yeah. And that IP is being bound to that. Okay. Oh, but here we have an IP now. Set local IP, allow broadcasts. Okay. Let me load again in there without a breakpoint. We have 2 guys now in here. That doesn't seem right. Okay, what happens if we open another client? Well, to me it implies that one byte is... Why is the first one that binds to 0? I don't understand what that is. One of the guys binds to IP 0. What does that mean? What happens if we just bind it if IP is not 0? Then we change the IP here. Maybe that makes sense. Let me see. I'm not sure what the 2 different sockets are right now. One is with 0 IP and the other with a local IP. I need to figure that out. Okay, so basically I expect that there's only one guy showing up, but there's 2 guys showing up. Okay, so what happens if I create a second client? Second client. Yeah. Okay, we cannot launch a second client for some reason. Why not? Why not? Okay, for some reason. Let's get to client instance. Something is not right. I don't understand. Why is this working now? Oh. Launched the wrong executable. Launched the wrong executable. Yeah. Classic noob mistake. Okay, let's lower the resolution a little bit. It's quite a bit large. Let's go for that. That looks good enough. I'll create a second instance. Okay. Multiplayer network. Multiplayer network. Okay, so the guy has the same name. Let's change the name here to. Okay, we can see him. But we cannot join. Ah, it's too bad. But he shows up in here. So there is something going on. Yeah, but it doesn't, it's not correct. The bottom line, it's not correct. Okay, we need to get a better understanding first. So if we launch a first instance and we launch a second instance here, and then we go in here, and then the instance ID should be 2. Yeah, IP is at 7F2. Okay. So we bind to 7F2 UDP sock. UDP sock. go back, multiplayer, network. So by default, it wants to bind it here in it. Allow broadcast true. 0, 0, IP shows as 0 here. Make words. Oh, make words. That can work to have this here. Make D words. Man, okay, I'm not sure where we're going here. For starters, I would have expected that we can I expected that we can start with binding to the local IP, local host. Maybe we need to okay, how about we set the place that calls this here, set local IP. We put a bookmark here. Let's comment this out. Okay, what if we set it here on the local IP? So instead of doing this, we override the local IP. local IP, that's, yeah. It looks like we need to make another copy of this function for now. Let's put another bookmark here. Okay. Includes game client, client instance. Okay. Okay, let's see what happens if we do that. Doesn't work. Let's put a namespace. Namespace. Network. Okay. Okay. Let's start a second instance. Okay, let's create another name. Okay. Let's create a room. Okay. Let's join this room. Huh, that works actually. Look at that. Jesus Christ. Okay, that was simpler than I thought. Accept. Works. Play game. Oh wow, that works. Oh, that's easy. Okay, let's move the dozer down here to see if we are actually in sync. Okay, that's super simple. We don't need to change any. Don't need to change any code really. Just set a different IP. Boom, done. Oh, that's simple. Maybe we can make this. Maybe we can make this IP available in the drop-down list of the menu. Yeah, this local IP. Yeah. And the dozer is arriving. Look at that. There it is. There's the enemy dozer. Can't build on it. Okay, that is surprisingly working well. Okay, then my next bet would be that maybe we can add this IP here in this list, LAN IP here, that we add the 127 there, right? So if we, let me exit the game, fake IP01 has been defeated, yeah. Could not upload 101 files, okay. So if we go to, no, if we go to options here. So we have a whole bunch of IPs in here. Yeah, I wonder. Fake IP. Yeah. Yeah. So this list, let me. I wonder which is our debug session. Pause. This one, okay. So what if we put a breakpoint in here? Yeah. Multiplayer network. Okay, so there's a LAN lobby. Set local IP. Local IP, good. Where do we get this IP from? IP lists. IPs. There we go. IP enumeration. IPs. Okay, what is that? IP enumeration. Huh. It gets it from Windsock. Get the local machine's host name. Construct a list of addresses. Okay, I still don't understand, like, how does it select one? How does it know which one to pick? IP. Get IP. IP list get IP. What? Return MIP. It's like an index. That's weird. IPs. It's created here. I'm really surprised how this works. Let me put a breakpoint here. Main menu. So right now this thing contains nothing, empty. Then it somehow got a list, a magical list. And then IP list get IP. Takes the first one, no? Okay, and so if I go to main menu and I go to options and I change this to something else like this. Multiplayer, network, then what? Now it's different. Ah, it takes it from here. Ah, okay, so if we explicitly select one, ah, I see. I see. Okay, then I think what we do is, I have an idea. So it defaults to the first one. Then what we do, we inject our localhost IP in here. Yeah. That's a good idea. Where do we do that? Here. Add the IP to the list in ascending order. There's a type error here, by the way. Get host by name. str IP. Ascending order. Oh, Jesus Christ. If not MIP list, new IP. Okay. Else. Okay. I see. New IP. New IP. char entry. Char entry. I see. I think what we need to do is IP enumeration. We need to add a new function. Voids add new IP. Oh shit. It's not supposed to be here. It's supposed to be here. Voids add new IP. Uint 8t A B C D. Okay. Let's see if we can get that implemented. So basically we need to move this garbage here, this here, this goes in here, yeah. And I see we made a mistake here. Okay, then here we do add new IP, and we call it with this unsigned char. Yeah, we simply do this entry uint 8t. Okay. Okay. A, B, C, D. We need to actually cast it to integer. What is this bullshit? Test IP. Test IP, IP. Test IP. Oh, shit. Well, let's get the assemble IP again. Assemble IT. By the way, don't we have byte type? We have byte type, right? Yeah. Unsigned byte. Unsigned byte. Yeah, we should probably use that, to keep the original game style. Even if that's a little bit longer. Assemble IP, okay. Unsigned int. Let me do here test IP, assemble IP, A, B, C, D. There we go. Okay. Okay, that looks like it should work. And now we need to basically construct a list of addresses, num addresses plus plus, yeah. Let me say here if def multi-instance RTS multi-instance, right? Multi-instance, if def multi-instance, yeah. And if we have the multi-instance, then we slap on the new IP here, which is by the way, before we continue work, I'm working on this. Just to give my state here, just in case someone else starts working on this. Good, so multi-instance, add new IP. So so basically we take the code that we put somewhere else already. Where is it? Let me put a bookmark here. This one here. Let me comment this out. Yeah. Then we go to here, IP enumeration. Let's do a pragma optimize off. Then we do include game client, client instance .h. And then here we do this instance ID. Let's just call it ID. And then we do assemble ID. We simply do 127. That and that. 127. That to ID. Unsigned bytes. There we go. Make this also a nice line break here, so it looks all tidy. Then we remove this bad boy here, this one. ID, okay, looks good. put this comment down here. Let me say here, we may add a comment later. The super hackers add feature dot. Okay, okay, and then that should be it. There. If we didn't make a mistake, then we still need to treat the client names, but we can do this afterwards. Yeah. Okay, so basically this should now put a new entry at the start, at the top of the list. Yeah. At the top of the list. Options. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Boom. 127,001. Except. Sorry about that. Okay, and then if we go to multiplayer, let me put a breakpoint. No, it's not necessary. We just start a second instance. Okay, we go to a network, and that's there's our IP 7F. Oh, it's the other way around. Huh. Okay. Failed trying to communicate with the network. Huh. Could it be that we have to invert? Oh, we have to invert it. Oof. Okay. Okay, so something is not quite right. I think the problem is that that these are in reverse, but this is not. Let me put a breakpoint in here. Let's put a breakpoint here. Options. There we go. Yeah, so the first one is this one. The second one is this one. And it inverts the IP. Huh. Huh. And 2HL. C0. 0, 0. Okay, but it actually doesn't invert it. But why is it inverted for us? I don't understand. Set IP. What? What was that? I'm confused. (7F 001). Okay. STR. Okay. String looks good. IP also looks fine. Test IP. But this one is inverted now. Huh? Okay, I'm confused about that. N2HL. Okay, that's weird. Or is it not? Test IP. C0. C0 IP. Okay, that's actually also inverted. Huh. Okay. Network. IP. Default IP. Failed trying to communicate with the network. I don't understand what is happening here. I really don't understand right now. So what if we were to call N2HL here? Would that then magically work or not? I'm confused. Yeah, we had it already working, so we're certainly going in the right direction, but something is suddenly wrong, so that's not good. That's not good. Yeah. Okay. Options looks all good. Multiplayer network. IP 0. Okay. Okay, now we are in. That's weird. I don't understand that. I really don't. Did we maybe make a mistake on refactoring? Let me put that here. So that's the original without this. Did we do a mistake when we refactored this code? It could be, right? Ah, before it did here probably something else, right? Ah, we no longer need to do NTOHL because we assemble the IP already in order here. That's why. So we actually... Where does it... Why does it show two test AIPs? What is this bullshit? Okay, I think what we can just do, we remove this. We remove test IP, we just have IP, we remove, we put that here, IP, and remove that, boom, done. Yeah. Okay, let's try that. Okay, multiplayer. Let's go to options. Okay. Accept. Okay, multiplayer, network, IP. Okay, looks good. Okay, there we go. Let me also take care of the. Let me also take care of the name. LAN lobby menu here. Get username. Get username. Get username. Set user to fake IP number as a convenience. Then we do if def RTS multi-instance. And then we simply do L format. Let's just do a client. And then we do get fake IP number. We do RTS client instance. Get username. IP instance. RTS multi-instance. Client instance get instance ID. Okay. Then we also include game client instance ID here. Game client instance. There we go. Let's order it by alphabet, so it goes somewhere here. Okay, cool. That should work. Client, maybe make it uppercase client. I think we can do a lowercase client. Yeah, that looks good. Set user set username to client ID as a convenience. It's also super hackers add feature. Or a tweak. Feature. It's convenience. For convenience. Set username to client ID for convenience. Okay. Okay, that should work. Okay. Okay. Where am I clicking? Multiplayer, network, and client 1. Let's launch a second client. This guy. Multiplayer, network, client 2. Excellent. Create game. And it's not showing. Let me go to options. So yeah, we have to select this guy manually. Multiplayer, network. There we go. There we go. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, cool. That is pretty cool. Then press accept and play game. There we go. Yeah, that works. That works. Yep. Cool. Yeah. Now the only strange thing is that I thought that that the local IP will be listed first in here, but it's somehow not, and I don't understand why that is. Why is it not listed first? Why is it not listed first? Let me go to network. Here. Default IP. Let me go to options, my options menu. Options ini, I mean. This one. Let's delete this entry here. Okay. Oh, I just realized we also need a separated options ini for the second client. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, but beside that, let me close the two clients. Okay. And then we launch here and put a breakpoint here. Multiplayer network. There we go. So default IP should be 0, yeah. So let's go into let's just go over here and see what we have in here. IP lists. Okay, IP lists. Let's see. IP lists is now. Why is this first? That is a good question. Nah. Hold on. Yeah, let's populate this once more. Multiplayer network. I want the local IP to be first in the list. Let's go. Let's go. So add new IP. We go in here, bam, 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 new IP, boom, boom. So if that's set next null. Yeah, okay, so now it's a first. Oh, it pushes it. It sorts it. Oh, it sorts it. Ah, I see, I see. It sorts it by... I see. Okay, well then I guess it's fair enough. Yeah. Okay, I think that's good enough. Ascending order. Yeah. Okay. Okay, then I can live with that. Okay, then what we need to do is we need to add options ini client instance. Yeah. But maybe we can do that next session. We don't have to do it now. Yeah. Let me clean up what we have so far. So that looks good. Yeah, we need to clean up here a bit, but that's fine. We can revert this one, and we can also revert everything in here. Yeah. Yeah, so this one is fine. This one is also fine. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good. Then next session we'll treat the options ini, and then that should be functional. What's the time? 2 hours. Yeah, I think it's a good time to take a break here. Yeah. Good. We made some good progress. I'm very happy that this works as well as it does, because it's a very simple implementation. It's a very clean implementation. The previous suggestion here from Helmut was quite a bit more involved and changed the way that the networking works fundamentally. He changed the protocol, the header, and then changed to some stuff in the transport protocol. And so it was a bit more yeah, a bit more hacky, I would say. Yeah. But okay, we found the solution. That's great. That's great. Good. Then I hope you enjoyed. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye. Actually, before we do goodbye, maybe we check if there's anything else to look at here. No. No. Okay, we are good to go. Yeah. Good. Then, yeah, have a good day. Bye-bye. Until next time.